Hey guys, it's Jennifer Smith with Keller Williams Metro South, and it is Monday, and so today is the day for my Monday market update. I have not been doing these in a while, and I wanted to start back up again, mainly because the market is changing. And so with the market changing, I think it's a really good idea for all of us to be looking at what is happening week over week. And so this week, I'm going to share some stats in Shelby County. That's predominantly the area that I work in, although I do work in Jefferson County and in Chilton County as well, but predominantly in Shelby, so I'm gonna focus on that. If you want to know what's going on in your specific city, or if you're in a different county, I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. You can give me a call, shoot me a text. I'll be happy to go over those stats with you, but today we're gonna focus on Shelby County. So in Shelby County, in the past 7 days, we have seen 112 new listings. So that's kind of low, but it is ticking up just a little bit, so that's good. 43 listings in the past 7 days went pending, and 95 listings sold. Of those 95 sold, we saw something that I think is pretty significant and indicates what is going on with this change. The average list price for those homes sold was $402,960, and the average sold price of those was $401,258. So what we're seeing is those houses that were sold in the last 7 days, averaging out, they sold for a little bit less than what they were listed for. That doesn't mean every home did that. We are still seeing homes get over list prices in certain neighborhoods, but for the most part, averaging out, we are seeing those prices not necessarily come down, but really level off. And I think that's really a good thing especially for buyers right now, that things slow down just a little bit. It's been a little crazy in the market for the past 2 years. What we would like to see is the market be a little bit more stable, and I think that's where we're headed. So something else that was really significant for showing somewhat of a market change is the average days on market. So 6 months ago, the average days on market was about 4 to 6 days. Now, in the past 7 days, it's been 15, which is also a good thing. 15 days is still really, really quick, but for sellers, there's not this much of a frenzy. So the great thing for sellers is there's a little bit more time to think about the offers that are being made. What we were seeing was there were a lot of houses going under contract very quickly, but then about 30 to 35, sometimes even 40% of those were falling through and not getting to the closing table. And really and truly, what's most important is not just that we get your house under contract, but what is really important and what we really want to see is that house get to the closing table. And so that average days on market stretches things out just a slight bit. That still is really fast in comparison to, a more balanced market, or in a buyer's market where houses may stay on the market for 4 to 6 months. So 15 days is still really fast. It's just not feeding frenzy, first weekend, 3 days, 15 offers and all of that. And then the other thing that we saw, and I think this is another significant thing that we need to look at, is that there were 67 listings that had price adjustments in the past 7 days. So this is, for the most part, houses that have been reduced in price. And so that's another pretty significant thing. Before, you could pretty much throw a house on the market, list it for whatever you wanted, and get that house under contract even more than what you listed it for. And now we're seeing that the houses are probably being priced more accurately where they need to be. And so sellers are, this is why when I talk to sellers, I'm very, very careful to really discuss with them how important it is that we price your house according to the current market and not the market that it was 3 to 6 months ago, because the market that we're in now is not the market of 3 to 6 months ago, which is, we're still in a strong seller's market. We still only have about 2 to 3 months, around 2 months of inventory, that if we didn't have anything new come on the market, that everything that we have would be absorbed. And 2 months is still a strong seller's market. But we are headed toward that more balanced, stable market, and I think that is a good thing for all of us. Just some kind of recaps. We're still in a strong seller's market, but it is not like it used to be. We are seeing fewer offers. Rather than 10, 15 offers, we're seeing 1, 2, maybe 3 offers on a house, which is a good thing. We're not seeing these massive over asking offers as well. We are seeing lower appraisals come in, so that's another reason why listing your house at a good list price to begin with is really important, because what we don't want to have to do is lower the price when the appraisal comes back low, especially if you were buying something else and you're counting on that money for the next house that you're buying. We're seeing longer days on market. First-time home buyers. I've had 3 first-time home buyers get under contract in the past month. That is phenomenal, because first-time home buyers last year had so little chance. FHA loans were barely ever being looked at, and first-time home buyers just couldn't compete because they didn't have the equity and the wiggle room to work with for down payment, appraisal gaps and those kinds of things. So it's been really good for those first-time home buyers. So if you're a first-time home buyer, and you're thinking about wanting to buy, right now would be a great time, because those rental prices are jacking up. Maybe living in mom and dad's basement isn't fun anymore, whatever. Maybe you're ready for your own space. So, stop paying somebody else's mortgage and start building your own wealth and through gaining equity in your own home. I just did an equity analysis for a client who bought a home this time last year, and they've gained $75,000 in equity in that home since they bought it last year, which is just insane. $75,000 in a year. Another one bought a house, it was right around 120. She's gained almost $20,000 in equity in 1 year. That's who wouldn't want that? Who would not want to just purchase something and have it work for you rather than you paying somebody else's mortgage? If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you have interest in buying, selling, or investing, I would love to talk. I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And, as I always say, go make it a great day on purpose.